Shares of Darden Restaurants, which owns Olive Garden, surging on its earnings beat. The company also raising its dividend almost 20%. Meanwhile, Chipotle is getting ready to unveil new menu items later today. That stock's also on a tear this year, up more than 60%. So are we seeing a restaurant revival? Joining us now is RJ Hottovy, the consumer equity strategist, senior restaurant and retail analyst with Morningstar. RJ, great to have you with us. I thought that rising gas prices would dent fast casual restaurants in particular. What's going on at DRI that it can escape that sort of pressure?
Yeah, if you look back, I mean, the last couple of years, I think Darden and really Olive Garden in particular, their largest brand, has been one of the most impressive turnaround stories we've seen in the restaurant space in some time. It's not any one factor you can look at. I think it's a combination of things. They've simplified the operations, which has improved the speed of service and order accuracy. They figured out how to build a very successful takeout menu. They figured out how to balance value, everyday value, with add-on orders, and so you still have a low base price, which helps to offset some of the gas prices increases. But people come in and buy other things as well. And then on top of that, they're starting to get into the day parts, such as the lunchtime and late evening type things. And this has really become the blueprint in the restaurant space. I think if you look at what Chipotle is probably trying to accomplish over the next couple of years, a lot of the same things we're going to hear from Brian Nichols as we, the product introductions later today and the special call they'll have next week.
What do we know about the new products at CMG?
Yeah, not a lot yet, but I mean, if you take a look at the test kitchen they have in New York, you get a couple hints. Certainly, they've been testing some new grains that you can incorporate with your bowls or your burritos. I think that's certainly going to be part of it. I wouldn't be surprised to see a new protein come out at some point too, another option. I think that's really what this company needs at this point, is something to get people excited. We haven't had a lot of positive news about this.
They have beef, they have pork, right? They've got chicken, tofu.
Yes.
What's left?
Yeah, I think probably some variations of those proteins, probably more than anything else. I think it'd be hard to introduce a completely new protein, but a different way to prepare that. So potentially a different kind of beef or a different kind of chicken.
Right.
I think that seems like the most logical thing. Again, this is just speculation, but
Sure.
It seems like that would be the most logical thing, but it also doesn't disrupt the work process either. I think that's the key, because I think the speed of service is something that the company is squarely focused on improving right now.
You have hold ratings on both of these stocks. Why aren't you believers in the stocks at this point?
Well, with Chipotle, I like a lot what Brian Nichols is bringing to the table, and I think, and I wouldn't be a seller into the next week's call. I think there's going to be a lot of excitement coming with it, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of investment that still needs to take place. To improve the second make line, to improve the workforce training, to introduce these new products. I think there's a lot of investment that still needs to take place, and so I think that while there's going to be a lot of excitement coming from it, I think you have to balance that with some tempered margin expectations. A name like Darden just it continues to run. I think there's still a very intriguing capital allocation story. I think again, the company's done a lot of things right, and I think you'll continue to see the benefits as they roll out some of the things from Olive Garden to other brands. I just think it looks fairly valued at this point, but for income investors, it's still worth a look at this point.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.